People who are media savvy sometimes think they can pull the wool over our eyes.
One, he is qualified.
But their faces can still give them away. In 2004, track and field star Marion Jones held a press conference following allegations that she had been taking performance-enhancing drugs.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today on such short notice.
She was being investigated by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA.
To begin, I wanted the world to have an opportunity to hear from me.
J.J. Newberry runs the Institute of Analytic Interviewing in California. He trains people to identify the telltale signs in a person's face that indicate they could be lying.
But from me, so that you can get a good idea of how I'm feeling.
She's saying she wants us to know how she's feeling, so I'm going to look to see if she's going to express how she's feeling.
That in the end, the truth would prevail and my name would be cleared. However, the events of the last several weeks have led me more in sadness than in anger.
Have led me more in sadness than in anger. But she doesn't show sadness. And she doesn't show anger. I'll ask you, what is missing from this whole tape? If somebody accused you of something you didn't do, would you be mad? Or would you be sad? I'd be mad at them.
And I have done all I can do to provide USADA with information that I have knowledge of because I believe in a drug-free sport.
As Newberry watches Jones's performance, he's looking for micro-expressions that may conflict with what she was saying and reveal her true emotions.
Her eyebrows go up, almost into the corner.
Because I asked for the meeting.
Eyebrows are up and coming together in the corner, almost like a fear. Surprise and fear almost together.
Ideally, if she's telling the truth, we'd like to see the brows coming down, because you should be angry. You're being falsely accused of something you didn't do. The brows should come down.
I have truthfully answered every question asked of me under oath.
There shouldn't be fear and surprise. It might leak out maybe a little bit, but it's nonstop here, the fear and surprise. It's the dominant emotion that is leaking out subconsciously.
If they tell the truth,
fear and surprise weren't the only emotions leaking from Jones's face.
if the truth is told, then my name will be cleared and I can move on with my life.
If the truth can be told, then I can move on with my life. And then immediately she creates this unbelievably sad expression. She looks down. She's got literally a long face.
And I can move on with my life.
Marion Jones's brief flash of sadness here is a classic example of what experts call a hotspot.
And my name will be cleared and I can move
These are facial expressions that seem to be at odds with what someone is saying, or inconsistent with how they would be expected to behave in a given situation.
And that's a point where you have to look for more information. It could mean a lie, but it could mean many different things. Do we know that it's guilty and not something else? At the time, I think it would have been very hard to tell.
There exists no one.
For Newberry, the biggest hotspot of all is the absence of one specific emotion on Jones's face.
It's not what you're seeing, it's what you're not seeing. And you're not seeing an anger response.
I am not going to engage in USADA's secret kangaroo court.
Jones's words were defiant. Her face certainly wasn't. Her body language just didn't go with what she was saying.
Hear and evaluate.
3 years later, all that had changed. Here she emerges from court to face the media again, having been found guilty of lying under oath to federal agents.
And so it is with a great amount of shame that I stand before you and tell you that I have betrayed your trust.
It moves me now to even talk about it. And that's what happens when people are being authentic. You are taken to their level of pain or their level of anger or their level of fear. And here, when she's finally coming clean, you see a more relaxed Marion Jones.
And I am responsible fully for my actions.
This kind of facial analysis can be applied even to anonymous people catapulted into the media spotlight.